Hello and welcome to the podcast. Serious question. Do you think you've lost friends over the pandemic?
I don't think I've lost friends, but I've become extremely bitter towards those that have really small gatherings and I'm not invited.
See, like, I've noticed that, like, my close friends, you know, that are in my circle, kind of have been from the get-go, are still tight. We're ride or die, right?
Yep.
But it's that next group, the next wave of friends that you'd see 4 times a year,
Right.
that I just haven't seen in 8 months, and I forget what they look like. And I'm wondering if once things get back to normal eventually, do you think you can just kind of pick up where you left off because everyone had the same excuse?
I think so. And I'm actually kind of kidding about being jealous. Like, I totally understand.
Right.
But it's that moment of like, oh, you had a birthday party and I couldn't come because you could only have 6 people? Well, I'm not writing happy birthday on your Facebook wall.
See, you are bitter then.
Thanks, COVID.
Yeah, I've been thinking about this more and more, about like how I need to attempt to do a second wave, poor choice of wording, a second wave of connection calls and stuff.
It's almost like you should be setting an alarm on your phone and like every day it can like ring and you could say, text this person, reach out to this person, call so-and-so, check in on this person.
Totally.
Which sounds like a lot of work. So
Yeah, I'm already exhausted.
yeah, I don't think I'm going to do it.
I'm done too.
Yeah.
Enjoy the podcast.
This is the Ryder and Lisa replay.
Brought to you by Southtown Hyundai. Check out the Southtown Hyundai Advantage at southtownhyundai.ca.
It's time for Verbal Diaries, where we dive into our deepest and darkest thoughts that probably should have been written on a piece of paper and never seen again.
I've always had this issue ever since I started having long-term serious boyfriends in grade 10. And I'm curious if I'm the only person that deals with this. Nothing worse than when you are hanging out with a guy and they're like, here, babe, put my sweatpants on. Here, you can borrow my gym shorts if we're just like being lazy around the house. And I'm like, no, because every time I've tried to put on a guy's sweatpants or their gym shorts, they're really tight on me.
Built different.
Built different. Big booties on women are in, and I love that for us. Love this journey for me doing squats. But it doesn't feel good to try and squeeze on a guy's baggy pants.
Especially if he's a big boy.
To find out that they're actually quite tight on you as a woman. No.
You gonna be okay?
Can't borrow a dude's shorts ever. Pack your own bag.
My verbal diary today is just a full-on amount of confusion when it comes to this time of year, and I'm kind of okay with it. Like sunroof open, but toque on, because it's too cold for the sunroof to be open without a toque. Or like flip-flops, they're good, but I need the floor heat cranked. So I'm just walking around confused all the time.
Yeah, like I wore a hoodie yesterday on a dog walk because I was like, it's fall. And then it was so hot out, but I didn't have a t-shirt on underneath, so I just had to suffer.
So you just were confused and sweaty?
Yes.
Yeah, same.
Something good. Ryder and Lisa.
Play 107.
All right, so a World War II veteran gets to have his final wish. 94-year-old Suddy Economy, which, by the way, is the coolest name, gets to have his own themed casket. And what it's going to look like is Wrigley's Juicy Fruit Gum. A bunch of those, you know the packages. They're bright yellow. And that's what the casket is going to look like. And here's why. Now, during the Second World War, the chewing gum manufacturer actually suspended the stateside distribution of Wrigley's gum. So he actually got his hands on these gum packages, and every time he'd go traveling, he would just bring packs of juicy fruit to all of the employees at the different places that he'd go. So he was just known for always carrying juicy fruit.
Right.
If you could have a themed casket, what would yours be? Chicken wings. For sure.
A box that holds the chicken wings would probably make more sense.
Anyway, I just think this is a really cool idea, and I also just wanted to give his name a shout out because Suddy Economy is badass.
Tell me something good.
My story is about an elderly woman named Gloria who is living on a limited income. And because of that, a lot of repairs to her house that needed to be done kind of went to the side. She couldn't afford them, so they weren't happening. She needed an electrician to stop by, though. So called in a gentleman named John Kinney who realized how many other repairs were needed to be done on the house. So he started a Facebook group that said, "Nice old lady needs help," and solicited other tradespeople to lend a hand if possible. It turns out the community stepped up in a big way. They put in new electrical, plumbing system, new windows, extensive repairs to the crumbling walls, ceiling, front step, and a brand new porch, all for free.
That's
for this
so nice.
Tell me something good.
Trending this hour.
There's a COVID-19 outbreak within the men's residence of St. Joe's College on the U of A. 5 people have tested positive. The students are recovering in isolation. The remaining 14 students that were also living there at the time also self-isolating. If my experience at St. Joe's tells me anything, they probably contracted it from sharing a beer bong.
Did you go there?
No, I partied there. Like a lot of my best friends went there.
Oh, okay. You were just their friend that
rolled in and beer bombed with them.
you came from the community college in a strip mall. And you're like, I'll come party.
I'll come pretend I'm in university.
So last night, the Emmys, they were awesome. Schitt's Creek swept all 7 comedy categories. If you haven't watched Schitt's Creek yet, you need to figure your life out. I've been saying this since 2015 on air. Watch Schitt's Creek.
I saw a really funny tweet that said, "This Emmys tonight is a total shit show." Spelled S-C-H-I, right?
And then I saw Mindy Kaling tweeted, "It's a Schitts streak."
Right. Can't believe we're allowed to say that. Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
To that TV show.
Yeah, it's so good. It's so good.
Also trending this hour, we may have a new James Bond.
Yeah.
Sounds like Tom Hardy is set to take over for Daniel Craig.
That could have been you, Ryder. You always say that you're Tom Hardy's doppelganger.
I am. I mean, like his chubby cousin.
Listen up, everyone. Play 107.
What industries deserve tipping that don't get them? What industries do you have to tip, kinda, and you don't really like to? For me, the one that bothers me the most is the person that takes your luggage to your room when you get to a hotel, like in an all-inclusive or whatever.
You're like, I could do this myself. I packed it myself. I got it here myself.
It has wheels on it. I actually quite like rolling with my suitcase. It's fun.
Man, it's 2020. Some of them you can literally sit on and there's a button and it rolls itself.
And then they wait there for their tip. And it's like, well, I could have done that myself. Go ahead.
You got to pull the Kevin McAllister. Give him a piece of gum.
There are a lot of industries where you can't do the job yourself. And if that's the case, they probably do deserve a tip. This TikTok from Sam, who can be found on TikTok at... TikTok at...
5 a.m. garbage man. And he's... 5 a.m. the garbage man. And it came up on my algorithm because he's Edmonton-based. So he lives here in Edmonton.
Here's him talking about tipping your garbage man.
Every Wednesday, I have this old Ukrainian lady who will bring me out a frosty cold beverage. And even when I said, hey, I'm not drinking pop anymore, she started bringing me out little soda waters and stuff, which I appreciate. Now, the rules surrounding what you can throw out can be kind of strict sometimes in the city that I work in. But you know what? Not for this lady. She could literally come out covered in blood, dragging the corpse of her recently violently murdered husband, and she'd be like, hey, can you take this? And I'd be like, yeah, absolutely. Grab the legs.
Hilarious.
True, too.
I need to know if he's on my route so I can give him every and anything. You want some banana bread?
Well,
you want a Liquor Depot gift card? Here you go.
Will you take this old dishwasher if I start tipping you banana bread?
Yeah.
That absolutely a smart idea.
Yeah, I love it. So we're getting some texts in of other jobs that deserve to have tips that don't get them. Jen says nurses, but how awkward would that be? Like, you just wipe my butt real good. Here's a $5. Lexi says, I think customer service reps deserve tips. Absolutely.
Especially right now.
Oh, man.
Anybody that's working in an industry where they have to tell an anti-masker to wear a mask right now deserves a tip.
Yep.
That might be what I do. Go to stores and just quietly wait in the corner with my mask on. And anytime I see an interaction like that, boom, go up and give them a $5.
$5.
I've never gotten a tip in my 17 years in radio.
Do you think radio hosts deserve tips?
I work for the people.
Wouldn't that be amazing? We just kept a box outside. You could just slip a $5 in there every day.
Don't do that.
Ryder and Lisa on Play 107.
So we all know the Sunday Scaries are a thing. It's when you get that little twist in the gut when you start to think about your work week coming up. It scientifically, some research has been done on this, and 3:58 p.m. on Sunday afternoons is when it hits the hardest.
Yeah, and it's not even when you're just thinking about the loads and loads of work that you have to do for the week, but it's that time where there's not much to do on Sundays. If you've already done all the cleaning in the morning, you know, that mid-afternoon moment where you're like really thinking about the weight of the world and everything weighs on your shoulders.
This is why I miss Trailer Park Boys being like in regular rotation. Sunday nights it used to be on, like back when it started.
A good distraction.
Well, yeah, you'd get together with a couple buddies, watch it. So I recommend that, having like a game plan for a small gathering right now, obviously, but getting together with some friends.
But the thing about TV shows is the Sunday Scaries also kick in, around 4 p.m. If you've been binging a show all day. That's when you start to feel...
True.
Like really lazy.
This text from Erica says, I have a Sunday night schedule where I prep my lunches for the week, do all the stuff that makes me feel pretty, like conditioning my hair, shaving, face masks, etc. I pick out my outfit for the next day, just all the things that make me feel like I've done everything within my power to make the week start off well.
And I've said this on our show before, and I'll say it again. I remember seeing this woman on Instagram saying, set yourself up for success the next day, clean that kitchen, put your clothes out for the next morning.
What do you got for us?
Well, I really like to, because I'm a teacher, so I definitely have a lot of planning and prep to do. And so Mondays are always kind of like, oh my God, am I going to be ready? And I really like to get outside. My dog really loves to go for a walk. I think part of it too is like my sort of worry is that he's going to be up all night.
Awesome. So make him tired so he doesn't get the scaries either.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you for the call. We appreciate it. Megan, there's a quote that was a game changer for you about Sundays. What was it?
Yeah, so Sundays well spent bring a week of content, and I felt that for real.
So you just use it as like your Zen day?
Yeah, I just kept training my brain, telling me that Sundays are the day for relaxing, and I just like clean my kitchen, and I just have a good day.
If you're looking to clean someone else's kitchen, let me know.
Come on over.
If that helps your Sundays be better, you're welcome anytime.
Yep.
It is time for Unsung Heroes, where we give shout-outs to people, places, and things that don't always get the attention they deserve, often sarcastically.
Shout out to Tim Hortons Smile Cookies. Thank you for bringing us joy for just 1 week. Please don't go.
Didn't they used to just do them for 1 day?
Yeah, it was a whole week.
So maybe next year they go for a month.
Let's feel optimistic about that.
Shout out to Ottawa, who in an attempt to strum up some tourism bucks is offering visitors $100. I believe their NHL team may have to do the same thing to get people to watch their games.
Shout out to companies who started selling aesthetically pleasing sweatpants. Thank you for allowing us to go out in sweats without people thinking that we are useless.
Shout out to Aaron Carter, who is making some extra money by playing the piano and singing for people online while completely naked.
What?
Just when I thought there's no possible way I'd want to see Aaron Carter less.
Shout out to the chocolate bars at the dollar store. I mean, why not, right? Literally no one leaves without at least one chocolate bar, even if you're going there to just get loose leaf. It's such a good deal.
Shout out to the Millwoods tennis court being right beside the Millwoods skate park. Nothing like showing those cool kids at the skate park what their future looks like than me walking in bald and sweaty ready to play some tennis.
Shout out to all of the 16, 17-year-olds that look really cool on TikTok. When I was that age, I had crimped hair, and I actually wore my eyeliner on the inside of my eyelids, thinking that would enhance them. Just beady little rat eyes.
And finally, shout out to The Rock, who was frustrated with his faulty security gate, so ripped it off with his bare hands. It reminds me of the time when I got a little frustrated when I couldn't get the top of the Pringles can off, so then I ripped it off with my bare hands.
Whoa.
Same.
Ryder and Lisa.
Favorite personalized license plate, 780-784-7107. If you've got one, hit us up. There are a bunch that have been rejected by the government. We'll get to those in a second.
Yeah, Tara texted in saying, this one's pretty easy, but my license plate is Terrorizer.
I like this one, alimony on a Mercedes. I don't know if they saw that one or they have that.
That's so good.
There was Tesla parked outside our building for a while that had LOL oil.
Yep.
Or oil LOL, one of the two.
LOL oil is what it was, yeah.
All right, so you ready for some of these ones that the government rejected this year?
Absolutely.
There's some categories like alcohol and cannabis. I don't know why you would want police to pull you over, but some of these you're just asking for, like Rum Bros, Jack and Coke, Jaeger, and Cushman.
Cushman would definitely, yeah.
Well, you're going to get pulled over. If a cop sees Jaeger on your license plate, they're going to pull you over and literally be like, have you been drinking? Because it seems to be a priority in your life.
But those ones did get approved.
No, I think these are the ones that have been rejected this year.
Okay, well, that does make sense. Sorry.
Political or social insensitivities. There's a lot of COVID ones this year that people tried to get and got rejected.
Don't tell me COVID-19.
Yeah.
Why would you want that?
And Rona season. Wexit, one of the other ones from that category.
Oh my goodness.
There's the risque ones like Nurple, D's Nuts, Shug Daddy, and For You Daddy that all got rejected. And then the others category like OK Boomer, That B, WTF Over, and Oilers Suck.
That's just rude. I love how whoever rejected that was probably an Oilers fan.
Yeah, you can't have that.
Heck no.
Play 107, it's Ryder and Lisa. Just a heads up, if you're looking for something to watch this week, not to go with the postcard killings unless you're hoping to watch the worst movie ever made. Just a piece of crap. I would rather watch Donald Trump eat bananas for 2 hours.
That sounds entertaining.
Does it? I tried to think of like the grossest thing I could think of. And that's what I came up with. But yeah, no, the postcard killings. It's featuring Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Who's really good in The Walking Dead and Grey's Anatomy.
Not good in this. His acting's so bad. The show is terrible. Anyway, it's one of the top ranked, most watched right now in Canada.
That needs to stop.
Yeah. Go look at Rotten Tomatoes because they gave it a fair assessment. 20% is what I found. 24%, sorry.
So you're saying that it could potentially be worse than Open Water? Which in my mind is hands down the biggest piece of flaming garbage ever made.
No, I would say this is...
It's up there.
It's up there.
Okay.
It's one of the worst movies I've ever seen. So there you go. Go ahead and don't watch that one. It's the last official day of summer, which means autumn.
Yeah.
Which means a new opportunity for decor.
Yeah, so I know that the season is really short, but I've noticed a lot of people are taking nice fall walks right now. So I was like, I might as well just do something cool with the front step because it has a high traffic area. I've never invested in fall decor, ever. I'm not that basic.
A wreath. Haven't you had a fall wreath? That's about it.
That's it.
Okay.
So I brought out the wreath that I always put out every fall, but I went next level. My sister does home decor, so I asked her to come help me. And I didn't even know that you could do this. You could just go to somewhere like Lowe's, get a $4 cedar tree, a couple of those. There's some other plants. I can't remember what they're called. Something wood. Yeah, the mum plants as well. And you just lay those out. Different colors and make it look real fancy. Put out a couple lanterns, some pumpkins.
Am I going to trip over this stuff?
Yes.
Okay.
So don't use that door. It's only for aesthetics, okay? So no one's allowed to use the door. You have to go through the garage from here on out.
Fair enough.
And
that's cool.
Yeah, and something really cool that she taught me, and she just recently learned this as well. If you ever find a little piece of moss in any of your plants, you take it out. It doesn't matter how small the moss is, and you can just place it inside cracks of wood. Like maybe you have planters.
Yeah.
And you just stick it in there. And you water it. You water it and it will never stop growing.
Whoa.
And then it has that beautiful moss look. Then you could do it down buildings.
Now I'm going to trip over things and it's going to be slippery. This sounds dangerous.
It is dangerous, but I think that I'm officially one of those people now.
Okay, how much do you think you spent total?
I think I spent $200, but here's the thing. I haven't been buying anything else, and it makes me happy knowing that others can walk by and admire it, so I think it's well worth the money. So I'm going to just set up shop, sit outside with my pumpkin spice cold brew, and admire it.
And anytime anybody walks by,
I'm going to be like, go, don't steal my lanterns. Those are expensive.
You make sure you're looking at this.
Ryder and Lisa.
Brought to you by Southtown Hyundai.
Play 107.